Diners rule.
Diners do rule.
They fucking so sick.
Oh yeah.
You could just order. You know what I think about sometimes? Like how those diners, how do they have all those ingredients back there? You can make me a gyro, and you can make me a fucking chicken Caesar. You can make me a chicken parm. You got mozzarella sticks. You got fries. You got salad. You got salmon.
everything.
You got steaks. You got burgers.
They really have everything back there.
How do they do it?
I don't know.
Because like that feels like a huge challenge. Like how many people walk into a diner and say, "Give me the salmon"?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know that many diners with salmon.
No, I feel like all diners, they have everything. You can't walk into a diner and be like, "Let me get salmon." They're like, "No."
I mean, maybe like the Phoenicia diner, that bougie diner. You know.
You don't like the Phoenician diner?
I've never been. I want to go. It's on my list.
Okay, I have feelings.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It seems very hyped.
It's too hyped.
It's funny because it's like in the middle of nowhere, but yet it has a New York crowd outside of it every time you pass.
Oh, of course it does.
Packed parking lot.
Because people like me are dumb and they're like, "Oh, I'm going upstate. I'm gonna go to Phoenician Diner."
I don't know, where else are you gonna go?
Let's start there. Every diner is great. Like every diner
Absolutely
is pretty solid. Like there's no diner you can go to and you'll leave and you'll be like, "That was truly trash." Like,
yeah, and honestly, even if it is trash, it's
becomes
still a good
something
diner.
good.
Yeah.
Phoenicia Diner is a elevated diner experience, which I think there should be more of. Like I think there should be more diners that have like premium, up the quality on like the Phoenicia Diner, in my opinion, onion rings. Outstanding. Really good, like super thick. And like some of the best onion rings I've ever had. Almost like Zeppelis. Like a cross between like an onion ring and like a Zeppeli.
Damn, that's pretty deluxe.
Yeah. And it's super good. Like and a lot of their things are great there. But the hype it's too much hype.
Yeah, I like a fucking greasy spoon. Like there's one I used to go to in Cincinnati. Sorry, Northern Kentucky, just across the river.
Okay.
And over in Kentucky, you can smoke, and the whole restaurant is smoking. So you go and you get a $2 egg and cheese omelet with a side of Geta. I don't really smoke cigs.
David Geta?
No.
What's Geta?
Geta's like a Cincinnati breakfast meat. It's
Interesting.
good. You'd like it.
Interesting.
It's kind of like sausage, but like it's got some.
I'm looking at it.
It's got some oats in it, and so when you just put it on the griddle,
mush.
It gets
very mushy.
No, it gets really crispy.
Ooh.
Because you like smash it down really thin, and the oats get all
oats.
Yeah, it's like a peasant food a little bit.
Whoa! Primarily composed of ground meat, pinhead oats, and spices. Oats and sausage. This does look good.
If you ever go back to Cincinnati, you gotta get
the Geta.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. It looks like a cross between like it looks like a home fries type, not home fries, like a skillet sausage type situation.
Yeah, it is, but it's just
Scrapple.
Yeah, Scrapple's like Pennsylvania. I've had it. I had it one place. I had it at a greasy diner outside of Philadelphia.
Wow.
I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, that's fine. Kevin's version of diners, drive-ins, and dives. That's the show that we really want to make here. I want to send Kevin on the road, and Kevin does his best Guy Fieri, not impersonation, because I think Kevin's show would
homage.
An homage.
I mean, that's all I've ever wanted to be is Guy Fieri. Like,
yeah,
he's got the best job in the world.
Yeah,
he travels around eating at the best restaurants in America, the working man's restaurants. He's driving in a sick ass car. Like, he's the man. He goes everywhere. Everyone's like, praising him, and he does that for a living.
Yeah,
so
that's
best job in the world, in my opinion.
He really figured it out. He did something right. He wrote the job description of the job he wanted.
Yeah,
and he just made that
he
shit.
Did it? Yeah,
yeah. I haven't watched. I mean, I've watched episodes, but I'm not like a fanatic like you. Should we start the show? Because this is good stuff. Three, 2, 1. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up with this Grillo's Nalgene? Is this new?
Yeah, I went. They had a pop up like I think 2 weekends ago. Like I saw it on Instagram, and then I like forgot about it, and then I just happened to walk past.
Okay.
We were at Morgenstern's Bananas.
Okay, how was it? I passed by. Did not go inside.
Delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Do you have to like download an NFT to get in? What's up with that? Like you just walked right in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't
think
know
that part
was
didn't work.
I got the dark chocolate.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
Okay.
And then Arden got the ube cookies and cream, which is also fucking great.
I do.
It was a
ube.
really good mix of like sweet chocolate, like It was kind of heavy, and then the ube was just like really nice and light.
Wow. Yeah.
It's delicious.
This is dairy free.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Wow. I'm looking at it right now. It does look good. I like the logo. I like the design of it all.
The design was fantastic. A lot of yellow. The food characters were amazing.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Wow. This is confusing. It's not ice cream. I guess it's ice treat or whatever. Does it taste like bananas or only the banana version of it? They have a banana vanilla.
I didn't get any of the vanilla, but I couldn't tell. Like the chocolate was just delicious.
Interesting. Check it out.
But anyway, we were there.
Okay.
And
I'm hungry.
The
by
Grillos.
This is bad for podcasting. I'm starving.
It happens. And the Grillos pop-up was just right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just happened to like stumble in. It was serendipitous. And I had just dropped my other Nalgene and it shattered.
Wow.
So
I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah, me neither. And I needed a new one, so I got it.
Wow. It's like glistening in the sun. Like that guy is sitting there on a lounge chair and the sun is hitting him right. It's just, it's a perfect bottle for you.
I mean, talk about brand partnerships I would love.
Yeah, Grillos.
Got to be number one on the list.
I don't think we talk enough about your love of pickles. Like, I mean, I feel like it's come up in side conversations, but Kevin is a pickle aficionado.
That's what my thesis was in college.
No, your thesis in college was about pickles?
Well, it's very complicated.
Oh, yeah? Do we don't have time to get into
I mean, we got time.
Okay.
I got all the time in the world.
Okay,
but basically, I was making a documentary about somebody who makes pickles.
Okay.
Because the school I went to didn't allow me. I wanted to do some sort of like sketch show. Okay. And they said no.
Okay.
I don't know why. They just said no.
Yeah.
They shut it down pretty quick.
Like, this is not gonna. We see what you're doing here, but we're not.
They did not want to let me do a sketch show.
Okay.
And then so I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna do something easy.
Okay.
And what I thought was easy was making a documentary
about pickles.
About a guy who makes pickles.
Okay.
A small business.
Okay.
And it turned out not to be easy. Yeah, I don't know.
It turned out harder than you think.
I made it through. I was chugging along, and I think with a month and a half left in school, I wrapped shooting, and immediately my hard drive crashed, and I lost all the footage. And I went to Micro Center, and they said it was going to be $1,000 to recover it. And I said, fuck that. So I just started doing a combination of my two ideas. So I started doing like pickle sketches.
A sketch show about pickles?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there was not a lot of cohesion because I had like I had a couple weeks to shoot and make these things.
Okay.
And so I think I ended up getting off like five pickle videos.
Okay.
Which involved me entering a pickle eating contest.
Okay.
And which I did pretty well in.
Okay.
That footage was also lost. I have a problem with finding with hard drives.
Footage.
But
okay.
Yeah, I ended up barely passing, barely graduating, but I'm here.
And this is it. Yeah, exactly. The role of producer where you content and keeping track of you. Kevin, 99 episodes down.
I think we've only fucked up once.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive. That's almost perfect.
I know.
So shout out to
knock
us.
on wood.
Yeah, next week will be 100 episodes. We got our work cut out for Kevin. We got to figure out a way to make next week feel incredibly special.
Yeah, and if your episode counter says anything different, it's fucking wrong because we're counting.
Yeah, we do the counting here. Yeah, you don't get to decide what numbers we're on and how we dictate what is a podcast and what's not a podcast.
Yeah, we had a discussion on what defines a podcast and where we actually started and what podcast counts as the first one.
That's right. And so
we're not going to tell you which one it is.
Don't worry. Don't do the research. 99 episodes today. Shout out to Wayne Gretzky. Next week 100.
Yeah.
Chugging
along.
Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look what we did. You went to Buffalo this weekend.
I did.
Yeah. How are my people?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
The wings are just as good.
Fuck.
Even so the first time I had wing nuts it was like 10 out of 10. Like we got them to go and we got them to go again.
Okay.
But the first time.
Where do they have wing nuts? Because I know they were doing them out of like a.
So they got a brick and mortar location, which happens
to
be like 2 miles from where my sister lives.
Okay.
It's on Niagara Falls Boulevard. I think in like Tonawanda or some shit.
Oh, Tonawanda. Shout out to Tonawanda. Their website's down, so they're...
Yeah, no, they don't need a website.
They're that dope.
They were a little bit less crispy this time, and they still fucking slapped. It's just the perfect
Amherst.
Yeah, Amherst.
I've been dreaming of these wings ever since I heard of them. And they look incredible.
You got to go. I mean, best wings ever.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable saying that.
Is it worth driving 8.5 hours to go for these wings? The answer is yes. I'm down.
It's hard to say like what's worth it, but yeah, I think going on a food tour in Buffalo, call it a food binge actually, because that's more like what it is. Because you're just, I love Buffalo. It's very like Midwest. I mean, it is Midwest, right?
Yeah, it's
Midwest. You could call it Midwest, but the food is fucking hearty and
because the winters are cold.
Yeah, the winters are cold. You need to put a mass on, and eating that food, you tack on the mass.
Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard out here.
Yeah, had a chicken finger sub as well.
Oh, so good.
Did you ever have a stinger?
No, what's that?
It's like a chicken finger sub with like steak on it.
God.
It's just nuts. Yeah.
With steak. Wow. Again, I'm hungry, so this everything you're saying sounds good. Even a fucking chicken finger sandwich with steak on it. That's crazy.
It's pretty nuts. I don't get that anymore, but
yeah.
no, I used
Well,
to.
welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm jealous every time I go to Buffalo. I need to go back. Sad note, my head of the graphic design department in Buffalo, he passed away this week. So shout out to Anthony Rozak, legend of the game, RIP, gone too soon. Gunned down in his prime. He was like 90 something.
Long life.
Yeah.
Good life.
He lived it pretty good. I stayed here local, got to swim in my pool, which
hell yeah.
shout out
Flex
alert. Too many kids in that pool. It's not my actual private pool, but
are the kids infiltrating the apartment complex?
there are people that have children, and these children want to swim on beautiful holidays.
Ugh.
So
jeez,
I don't know what to do about that. I did catch up on some TV. I got a couple things.
What a good time for TV, though.
A lot of stuff. I'm literally, I'll log on to like Netflix and I'll be like, I'll just start adding things to my list, and there's like there's a lot.
Yeah.
And then I go Hulu. I'm like, boom, 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 adding things. It's too much TV.
Yeah. Sometimes I like adding stuff to my list even more than I like watching TV.
No, that's facts. Most of the time, that shit is not as good as you think it's going to be.
No.
Speaking of, I watched a documentary, 2-part series about American gladiators. 30 for 30.
That looked great.
It wasn't good.
Oh, really?
It was bad. It was not good. I saw that actually Netflix is doing one.
Oh, so it'll be much better.
I think it'll be much better. Like, how does 30 for 30 make shitty documentaries and Netflix make better docs now?
I don't know.
That's what's happening.
I watched the first 2 parts of the Bill Walton.
My dad was telling me
30 for 30.
Good?
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me it was great.
Yeah, he's fucking based.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I'm sure your parents loved that one because he's like a big hippie. And
yeah, my dad said my absolute number one favorite basketball player of all time.
Yeah, he rules.
Yeah, he was like, that was my guy.
Yeah, a dude who rules.
Yeah, he rules. And he was like, you got to watch it. And I was like, he's like, I saw it was like 4 episodes or 5 episodes. Michael Jordan like changed everything with the fucking Last Dance.
Oh, but he got 10.
10. Derek Jeter got like 5, but one needs 4 episodes.
Yeah,
really?
he was big in a tumultuous time and culture.
I don't know. I went to the Gladiators one because American Gladiators was a huge part of my childhood. Like I grew up watching that shit, and you know that to me was really that's nostalgia. Just like put it right here in my veins. And yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I don't know what to say other than just like it wasn't compelling. You know, documentary storytelling. We've talked a lot about it. It's gotten really good, and so it's like it just wasn't compelling. It didn't hold my attention. It didn't tell good, like it just wasn't in order. Like they were just jumping around a lot. I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, what's going on with 30 for 30? I feel like they've been missing a little bit more. They were batting 1,000, like
100%.
Probably their first 20 documentaries. And
honestly, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever 30 for 30 really started, if you were like, Alex,
it probably was 10 years ago.
I probably was. I was like, that was my absolute favorite thing on the
like
earth.
Yeah.
2 Escobars. Like some of those early 30 for 30s were outstanding, like movies. These days, honestly, they're batting 50% maybe, whether it's good. And the sad part is literally the Netflix one, which is coming out, I think this month. I know it's going to be better. I know the Netflix one is going to be better than the 30. I almost didn't watch it because I was like, I'll wait for the Netflix one, which is crazy.
Is Netflix just out here like kind of just following what other people are doing and doing it better?
I have no idea how they continue to make like the N1 documentary was a 30 for 30 and Netflix one far superior. Like there's continues to be dual documentaries about topics that I guess the Netflix ones are just, I don't know, they just mastered the art. Another thing back on Netflix is Black Mirror.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
a Black Mirror guy? Do you ever watch it? I mean, it's incredible. The first episode was good. I liked. That was the only one I watched.
Okay.
I'm trying to save it, you know, because there's only like 5, 6, maybe. I don't know how many there are, but like, I don't know. They're good. They're like contained little movies, you know, an hour long, just as they should be. But
yeah, sometimes I can't watch that because it just reminds me of reality, dude. Because we're just like,
oh, dude, we're living in a Black Mirror. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I watch Black Mirror every day when I look at outside in society.
Yeah,
that's such a lame fucking thing people say on Twitter. There's 5 episodes, and I watched the first one. Good, like good enough. Like it wasn't like I wouldn't put it up there on the like Mount Rushmore of Black Mirror episodes, but it was good. I'm happy it's back. There were a number of years. I think Black Mirror and Netflix were not on the same page.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I
since they put
remember.
one out.
I think I've watched the first 2 seasons, and then I think I tried to get in later,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Maybe I hit the dip.
Yeah,
But-
well, this is season 6. Guys.
Yeah. Well, if
So
you're looking
there's a
for
lot.
something lighter to follow Black Mirror up with, you should check out I Think You Should Leave.
Okay.
With Tim Robinson.
Okay. This
That's
is
a
what you're
banger.
enjoying.
Yeah, sketch comedy show.
What
Yeah.
network?
Netflix.
Okay.
It rocks.
Okay.
It's like 15 minutes. It's very funny.
Ooh, I like 15 minutes. It's short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's highly recommended.
You start the Gemstones yet?
No, I just saw they
Season-
came back today, or was it last night they came back,
I guess it was whenever the Idol episode 3. So I guess Sunday,
or 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
Yeah, I just saw it today, so I'll probably be watching it tonight.
2 episodes. Yeah.
Wait, 2 episodes?
Yeah. 2 episode premiere.
Damn.
I think that show is very good. People aren't talking about it. I think it's kind of flown under the radar, but it's a good show.
It's an awesome show.
We got to talk about the Idol.
I'm very surprised that I picked the Idol back up.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
after last week, all I heard last week was how bad episode 2 was. Honestly, it kind of made me want to watch it more. So I got home yesterday, ate dinner, watched the Red Hot Cincinnati Reds. Shout out them.
Ooh,
Nine games in a row, hopefully 10 by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Electric baseball. Yeah, so wrapped up the Reds game last night. Yeah, shout out Ellie De La Cruz. If you don't know, find out.
Watch the clips on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's crazy.
YouTube.
It's fast.
Fucking
5 tools.
sick.
But after the Reds game, we turned on episode 2. It was weird. The dirty talk is odd.
Yep. Yeah.
The weekend lays an egg yet again.
Yep.
And then this morning, I watched episode 3 in my car while
Wow.
I was parking, making sure I didn't get a ticket.
For those that live in New York, this is something you have to do if you have a car here. You have to just sit in your car for hours on end and find ways to kill time, which is a lot easier these days than it ever was in the past.
Yeah, I had it hooked up to the car audio.
No way.
Yes. Yeah, so I
Oh,
was
God.
small screen, big audio.
Just as Sam Levinson has intended.
Absolutely.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Episode 3, like I've said, episode 1, I was like, this is unfairly criticized.
Mhm.
I felt like the backlash was probably due to other Sam Levinson things and the drama of the season that was discarded and all the sort of backlash and society wanting to like cancel people, and people have turned on him a little
Yeah.
bit. And I was like, I think they're being too cruel to this show. They are not being too cruel to the show. Episode 2 is awful, and episode 3 was almost worse.
I thought episode 3 was better.
No, I mean, it's tough. They're both truly bad.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think if you took out the weekend,
Yeah.
the show would be phenomenal. Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't think of a single bad thing to say about the show except for the weekend's performance and his character.
100%. Well, the thing is, like, his character is supposed to be hateable, right? And he's been using that as an excuse.
Mm.
It's not an excuse. It's not the character. Like, it's you, dude. Like, you suck.
Yeah.
Like, you're bad. Lily Rose Depp is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, Rachel Sennott or whatever, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, Moses Sumney is great.
Yeah.
Like, these are good actors. And this just, I agree with you completely. I mean, and I think the entire world agrees that this show is being single-handedly taken down by one man. And his name is Abel, aka The Weeknd. And the funniest part to me is that this show came after Succession, which is a master class in acting.
Yes.
You're talking about like theater performers, like with a beautiful script. Like, have you ever seen any of the clips on TikTok of the script going on the side while a Succession scene is going at the same time? Dude,
No, I need
I'll
to.
send it to you. It's incredible because they're going by the script, but they're all like improvising and they're cutting things out, and they're just, it is masterclass.
I'm sure, yeah.
It is so, it's like, I appreciated the show. I think everyone appreciated the show, but to watch the script go as the scenes go is really cool. You see like just how talented these people are.
For sure.
The Weeknd being like, oh yeah, keep your eyes off my girl. Just everything about it is so cringe, and it just
I'm gonna destroy you.
I'm gonna destroy you, and it's just so bad. And then I think the Tedros character is so dumb, and then I think the worst part is that they play his music in it.
Oh my, it's so bad.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, this is a bad performance, and then he's performing while his music's playing.
Yeah, it's
His
like
corny ass fucking music that he made specifically for this bad show that he's tanking. Like,
it's crazy. Yeah, the first episode didn't do that. The first episode had other people's music. I don't know what happened. Just like all of a sudden, they spent all the music budget on the first episode, and then just every episode after this, now it's just only Weeknd songs.
Yeah.
Mike Dean's coming, I guess. Did you see that part? They were like, we need Mike Dean.
Mike fucking Dean?
Mike Dean? You can't believe we got Mike Dean? Listen, I like Mike Dean because I'm a Kanye guy, or was a Kanye guy, but like, this show sucks. This show is so bad. And now they're bringing, like, Jenny is we can't even talk about this show. Also, it's only 6 episodes and it's done.
Yeah, we're halfway there.
I don't know. This is an outright disaster.
It's a stinker. I think they're doing a really bad job with like Tedros.
You know,
maybe this is not all on the weekend. They're doing an all. I mean, it's very much on the weekend, but they're also doing a bad job at, like, he's supposed to be like deplorable and like you're supposed to hate him, but also it's like he's trying to spin it into like he's like a cool guy, and it's like the output of creativity makes his actions worth it. It's almost like glorifying it in a weird way.
And we all know where this is going. She's gonna kill him in the last episode. It's so obvious. Like she's gonna turn on him, and he's just gonna the revenge, and it's just like I could see this from a mile away where this is all going. This is so, like, everything is so obvious and so expected and just so dumb. And like, it does look like a senior thesis SVA, like, film student at times. The brush over the fireplace. I'm like, really? This is amateur fucking hour. I'll keep watching for sure. And I, to be honest, I'm going to say it out loud. I hope it comes back. I hope something changes at HBO Max, whatever, and they decide the world needs more of this, because honestly, I can't stop watching.
It's a train wreck.
It's an absolute train wreck. Kevin, one of the biggest stories in the world, a submarine went missing. This is sort of happening in real time. I didn't know this much about the story, but what's going on? 5 people are underground in a submarine that is missing? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so I don't know exactly who's in charge of the sub company, but they are doing a Titanic tour for, quote, the Titaniacs who want to go explore the Titanic, I guess, ship wreck site or whatever.
Okay, so the Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio and
Jack's body is still down there.
You can see the boat.
You have to dive a crazy fucking like distance to go see the ship, and tickets for the ship cost $250,000.
What?
The submarine is basically full of billionaires, maybe in full meaning like 5.
Okay.
And they're controlling the ship with a PlayStation controller. And somehow, I guess because of weather or currents or whatever it may be, they lost track of the ship or the submarine, and they do not know where it is. And as of 1 p.m. on Tuesday, they have 40 hours of oxygen left.
Yikes.
Which is pretty crazy. Like, it almost seems like a reality show.
This looks like my absolute nightmare.
No, this is like literally
this is horror movie
nightmare.
shit. Like being stuck in a submarine that doesn't look like it has a lot of space in it. Like, to go see the fucking Titanic? Just watch a fucking movie.
Yeah, send a drone down there or something, or like whatever the underwater version of a drone is.
Yeah.
And just watch a video. Maybe get the Apple Vision Pros, put it on.
Perfect example.
Yeah. This is just spend your $3,500 instead of $250,000.
Yeah, save a lot of money, $200.
Yeah, save your life.
Why was this something that someone was even capable of doing?
Because people got too much money.
$250,000 to go down and to see a basic, like a shipwreck, just to see a Titanic.
There's a lot of Titaniacs out there, apparently.
You keep saying Titaniacs. That's a new thing.
The owner of whoever's operating this company was on some local news station in Seattle promoting the company. Because I guess a lot of rich tech billionaires are in Seattle. And he was promoting it, and he said, there's a lot of Titaniacs in the world who are clamoring to get on this boat.
Wow.
On this sub, sorry.
Well, they won't be after this.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they find them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hope they emerge.
But also the one of my favorite things to come out of this is the stepson's tweet.
Yeah.
You got it right there. Can you read it?
Yeah. The stepson tweeted first. He said, Hamish, my stepdad is lost in a submarine. Thoughts and prayers that the rescue mission will be successful. And post a link to article from the Mirror, and then after that posted a picture of him in front of the Blink-182 merchandise tent and says, "It might be distasteful being here, but my family would want me to be at the Blink-182 show as it's my favorite band and music helps me in difficult times."
Yeah. Tough tweet. Maybe let's start with I don't think it's a problem that you're going to a concert that you've already had tickets to.
That's
maybe
fair. Maybe
just set your phone down. Do not tweet that.
Maybe you don't need to brag that you went to go see Blink-182 in concert while your stepdad is.
I mean, it's a bad thought, but it is just his stepdad.
Stepdad.
He is. I don't know.
Not dad. Stepdad.
Yeah, and we don't even know if he's the dad who stepped up. You know?
Wow, that's a good point. Also, one thing to note before we move on is that this was an experimental vessel that had not been approved by any regulatory body. So
great,
Titaniacs needed to sign a waiver that said basically this could result in physical injury or death, which I hope doesn't happen to them. But are they the first group to go down, or is this like a thing that goes out every day?
Now, one of the guys on the sub.
Yeah.
He's a guy who went up in Jeff Bezos' rocket.
No way. So he's been
up
and now it's going down.
But he's been down. He's also been down. He went in like the Mariana Trench or whatever the fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This dude is fucking killing it.
Yeah, he
just exploration.
Yeah.
Fucking Galileo over here. Just going out there and fucking seeing shit that we can't. He can
highest highs, lowest lows.
Only money can pay for.
I know. He's got so much money. It's fucking sick though.
That is crazy. Well, hopefully they get back cool. And hopefully it works out. Kevin, related story. Did you see the story about the guy that faked his own death and then showed up at the funeral in a helicopter?
I did.
That dude fucking rules.
Yeah, you think so?
That's the fucking sickest thing ever. Yo, imagine you're having like a bad mental health day. You're like, man, I don't want to be here. No one cares about me anymore. You're like, I'm going to fucking show them, I'm going to, I'm going to fake my own death and see if people care. And then people all get sad about you and they show up to your funeral. Everyone's crying. Everyone's in suits. And then you show up in a fucking helicopter?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Tip of the cap.
Yeah.
But also that dude is a baby brain. Like that's like a 5-year-old. That's what a 5-year-old thinks.
No, that's true. That is absolutely true. What a legend though. That's something you dream of doing. And to your point, you don't do. You think that would be hilarious or that would be awful or that would, maybe prove that people love me. Mm-hmm. But to do it and actually teach your family a lesson by showing up in the helicopter is what makes it really sick. Because it's like a funeral and you just roll up and you just stroll in and people are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you got to be making a scene.
No, to show up in a helicopter. And then do you see the video where the friends and family, if I'm one of those friends and family, I'm like, yo, fuck you, dude. That's it's not cool.
I hope someone slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some backlash. And listen, I understand. It's a tough stunt, but what a legend.
Yeah. It is a pretty legendary thing to do.
Yeah. Is that person from America? Is that in America? Like,
no, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where they're located.
Okay. How about the Titaniacs? Are they okay? Belgium.
The Titaniacs are, I think, a global collective.
Got it. So none of these are really.
Yeah,
Americans.
they're not really. Some of them were. Yeah. I think at least one of them was American.
This guy's a TikToker. The guy who faked his own death.
I liked his reasoning to remind people to
appreciate your loved ones.
Yeah, appreciate your loved ones.
Oh no, oh no. Okay, the TikToking part is like that's a bit cringy to do it for the content.
Why even fake your own death if you're not going to get content out of it?
I mean, I guess I understand that thinking, but. That's some top tier level like pranking your family. I don't know.
Is it a prank? It doesn't feel like a prank. I don't know if this is a prank.
Yeah, to inspire others to reconnect with their loved ones. Yo, is he getting backlash? This person?
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
Because
this is some George Bluth shit.
This is some really fucking out there stuff. There was that guy that crashed a helicopter for content. Did you see that?
Oh, the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to jail.
He's going to jail.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I'm not saying this person should go to prison, but like, because they're a legend.
Yeah.
But like, if someone was like, oh, that's illegal, you can't do that. I'd be like, that makes sense. probably shouldn't be allowed to do this.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be legal. But I don't know. I don't know if the teaching the family a lesson or to teach other people a lesson. That feels like
Classic dad move though.
what?
Teach your family a lesson.
Yeah, on Father's Day. Yeah. How many videos does the TikTok have a lot of views?
I mean, I'm sure it does.
It must. I'm going to TikTok right now. Yeah, that's fucking legendary stuff. Really, truly. Some of the 8 billion views
What?
across all the videos this person has posted.
What the fuck?
That's a ton. Yeah, no, this is
Hey, we'll
for a
go.
lesson or cloud. I mean, they're using the backlash to the backlash. I mean, this person is
Don't go off.
I mean, listen, this is something that people have fantasized before.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like people, someone dies and then you see like all the commotion. People don't get their flowers until they die, and that's really
true.
sad. And so when you want to be there on planet Earth to see the people that you love give you flowers, David Barton,
Yeah.
tip of the cap.
Sure.
Yeah, what a legend, fucking absolute legend. Moving on, Spotify is breaking up with Megan and Prince Harry.
R.I.P.
This is another legendary fucking moves. I mean, all these legends out here. People fucking going to look at Titanic. People, legends of the game here.
Big moves this week on the pod.
They had a $20 million deal with Spotify where they had to just make 12 episodes. That can't be real.
I think they had the $12 million deal and they just
$20 million.
Sorry, they had the $20 million deal and they just made 12 episodes.
What's the show called?
I have no idea.
Wow. The decision apparently was mutual, according to a statement. Bill Simmons, the sports guy.
He's head of podcasts or something.
Is
He has
that
some crazy title? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he sold The Ringer to Spotify.
Mhm.
I'm sure he made some good money. But now he's a senior Spotify podcast executive. Sure. I mean, he kind of created sports podcasting. So
Yeah.
give him, he's a legend of the game. He called them fucking grifters, which is that's a pretty legendary thing to say.
Yeah. I mean, go off, Bill. Use your platform to,
Yeah.
I don't think.
He's wrong. No.
Yeah, he's not wrong. And I do not think that the public opinion of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is really all that good.
Yeah. Well, Bill Simmons, I'm reading here, sold his company in 2020 to Spotify for $196 million.
And he's still working?
And he still fucking
What a
works.
fucking
He's
nerd.
probably making podcasts every week. He probably has to do a lot of hard work, has a whole network of podcasts.
I mean, he's probably not doing that much hard work.
No, but the Archetypes podcast, hosted by Megan, featured conversations with friends and celebrities, including Serena Williams, Mariah Carey, and Trevor Noah. Topped the podcast charts for Spotify in a number of markets, but only 12 episodes were made.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, if we had that deal, we'd be rolling in the dough.
We're willing to take the deal.
Yeah. We're willing to step in.
Yeah, and I think the part of where this story, also, it doesn't sound like Meghan and Harry. It sounds like a Meghan podcast. Where's Harry? Talk about grifting. He's not even fucking have to do any of these podcasts. It just seems like a Meghan interview show.
Yeah, and then there's the reports that she wasn't even asking the questions.
That's
she
my
wasn't
favorite
even
part.
interviewing people.
That's my favorite part.
Like, how are you going to have like Serena Williams on and you're not even going to fucking interview her? Like, what is the point of even doing anything? Like, if you don't even get to have a conversation with these people.
That's fucking crazy.
And like, imagine going into this interview and you're like, oh, I'm going to talk to this C-list celebrity who married a prince and they're making all this controversy about themselves. You get there and you're talking to some fucking intern. Like, what?
Whoa. Bill Simmons went in on them. He said,
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, he said, you live in a fucking Montecito and you just sell documentaries and podcasts and no one cares what you have to say about anything until you talk about the royal family and you just complain about them. Sheesh.
I mean, where's the cap?
This is on his podcast. I have got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try and help him with the podcast idea. It's one of the best stories. ... Fuck them, the grifters. Whoa. That's savage. Maybe too far, Bill, but
I don't think so.
I think it's pretty impressive.
Well, think about there's such a bad business deal. Like,
yeah, $20
million for 12 apps.
Where she didn't even do the interviews. She just fucking had someone else. She had like an assistant do the interview, and then they just put in different her. Why would you even do that? It sounds so complicated. She would have to read the questions, or they would answer, and then there would be a new question, and I would imagine no banter because she wasn't there.
Oh my God, that's so stupid.
That's absolutely incredible.
That's the worst fucking thing I've ever heard. But also, tip of the cap, because I respect the grift.
Kind of amazing.
You got a huge ass bag for 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
That's insane.
And you probably didn't do any prep. You probably hired some some fucking intern to do all of this work for you. You probably paid them minimum wage compared to what you were making.
Yeah.
And
fucking
you made 20 mil off 12 eps. That's crazy.
Did you watch the South Park episode about it?
Yes.
And Harry? Incredible.
Yeah,
right?
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
The privacy tour.
good. Yeah, the privacy tour, the international privacy tour. And they had the brand building shop.
Oh, the brand building shop was it was so good. That one hit so hard.
That was so good. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, I haven't watched South Park in years, but that's the only episode I've seen. Probably
they have
season like 30 million, but like that episode about Megan Harry.
Some of those episodes,
funny.
They still hit. They're not like, in a season, you maybe get like 3, 4, 5 episodes that really fucking hit, and the rest are kind of like,
yeah,
but they're still funny. But like,
I need someone to be like,
still hit.
Watch episode 12 of season 25 or whatever. I need the hitters.
Yeah, I'll make you a little list on the like the 2 most recent seasons are really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's the big question, Kevin. Should we go to Casa Bonita? Did you see
Absolutely,
that they're reopening Casa Bonita?
Yes, that should be fucking epic. They're putting a lot of money into it too.
Yeah, no, I watched a video on they were on Today Show or something like that, and they were talking about how they're putting that $40 million into rebuilding,
holy shit,
and renovating, Casa Bonita because it went bankrupt, and they were talking about how as soon as they found out about it, they were like, yes, the answer is yes. we want it. We will take it, and we will do everything.
Yeah, that's only 24 podcast episodes.
That's it. That's all you need to do. Casa Bonita, legendary episode where Cartman runs all through Casa Bonita, and those 2 guys are fucking geniuses.
I know.
They can do nothing wrong. And yeah, they're gonna they hired a James Beard chef to run the restaurant. They're just
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. It's so funny.
I mean, I gotta go.
Yeah. And so in the interview there, the interviewee was like, this is restoring a national monument. And he's like, it's not it is. So we should go to Casa Bonita. It's not open, right? They're still working.
Yeah. Offsite at Casa Bonita.
Dude, that is gonna be it just looks beautiful. The type, everything about it is there's an article in the New York Times, check it out, about Matt and Trey renovating Casa Bonita. Amazing stuff. Kevin, we talked about this next story a little bit last week, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into it. It is the new logo for the Cleveland Browns Dog Pound, right? So it's not a logo for the team.
The Dog Pound is what they call their fans.
Okay.
Or a section of the stadium where they sit or something. I don't know. I didn't read into this. But they call themselves the Dog Pound.
Correct. And so the Cleveland Browns asked their fans to design a new logo. And we've talked a lot about how TikTok is very rebrand focused.
Mm-hmm.
I am, sort of watching all these videos, and they decided to tap into that. Obviously, everyone's trying to leverage TikTok and get, sort of their brand in the mix. So they had a TikTok competition, and what emerged is a logo that has 8 different references in the face, in the icon.
That's just good design.
So the question that I have is, how many hidden tricks inside of a logo is too many?
I think probably 9, apparently.
9. You think that's 9? This is the most amount of hidden.
8's the perfect one.
Yeah.
What are all the hidden ones?
Okay, so they start with the state of Ohio, because that's where Cleveland is.
Yep.
So
Cleveland, that's confirmed.
That's confirmed. So it's one of the shapes of the flaps of the ear is Ohio.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Then also the second one is the nose, which has a football.
Because they play football.
Yeah. That's facts. Also, somewhat of a bit of a stretch, but sure, I can kind of see it. It has nostrils. So it's a football shaped.
How would you know that the Browns played football without the dog having a football nose?
That's fact. That's true. They have a east end zone, which
that's where the Dog Pound is.
Obviously that's where the Dog Pound sits. Okay. So we need that. Then that's in the collar. There's the east end zone, and then there's also a guitar pick Kevin, you know why there's a guitar pick?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, baby.
That's right. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been there.
It is
been
pretty
there?
sick. Yeah,
It's
I
really
like
sick.
it. Yeah.
Me
Shout
too.
out to
Rock
that.
and Roll Fame. Go check it out. It's really
Yeah.
great. It's one of the great museums.
It really is.
It's maybe the best. Maybe. That is there in the necklace.
Yeah, because Cleveland rocks.
Yeah, Cleveland does rock. Then the dog has a necklace that has 8 spikes, evoking intensity in their form and tradition in their number, with the Browns finishing champions 8 times in their history.
That's a weird way to say you've never won a Super Bowl.
I'm starting to realize why this story is in here, because Kevin wanted to go in on the Cleveland Browns more.
No, I mean, 8 times winning the championship doesn't sound like, it sounds like 0 Super Bowls.
Have they never won a Super Bowl?
I think they won. So they had won in 1950, 54, 55, and 64, and the NFL championship.
And you have these all here.
I wrote them down.
Wow.
I looked it up because I didn't know what 8 times a champion means.
It's a weird way of saying Browns finishing champions 8 times in their history.
Yeah, it's a weird way to say 0 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And then in 46, 47, 48, and 49, they won the All-America Football Conference. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, where is that? That's in
But,
America?
I mean, to my knowledge, I don't even think they've won the AFC North ever.
Okay.
So
Kevin is
that doesn't sound like NFL championships to me.
Okay. They have in the mouth structure something called the Guardian Bridge. It's a Hope Memorial Bridge, makes up the space between the jowls, fortifying the bond between the fans, the team, and the city.
Yep, that's
Sure.
sick.
Then they have a helmet in one of the eyebrows. It's another nod to the 80s dog pound, the iconic maskless helmet shell worn by Browns faithful at games, hidden in the top right. It's a highlight. It's not even an eyebrow.
If you know anything about football, the guys wear helmets.
That's
and
true.
If you know anything about the Browns, their other logo is their helmet.
That's true.
This is making so much sense.
Their logo is a helmet, so it makes sense that this logo is a dog that has a helmet inside of it.
Yeah, and these all make sense.
Yeah, and the last feature, Kevin, the 8th and final hidden gem, is a nod to the iconic logo. Is just a stripe that is on the helmet.
Yep.
So
they do have a stripe on the helmet.
So their helmet has
confirmed
a stripe, and so they've put a stripe in the top of the head.
Yes, and all right. Since we kind of went in on it, I would just like to, come out of that and say, I'm not trying to shit on a young designer who worked for free for the Browns. I actually think the dog looks pretty good. Like, I have no qualms with the dog whatsoever. I just think 8 things smashed into a logo for meaning seems a bit much. That's all we're trying to say here.
Yeah, someone in the comments says it looks like Up Dog.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon.
What's up, dog?
Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. I just hope this doesn't become the trend, which I feel like it's already gone too far, is like how many little Easter eggs can we stick inside of a logo? And the more, the better.
Yeah, because it's just going to come back on us.
Yeah, then all of a sudden we're going to have to start making logos that have 9 to 12 hidden things inside of them.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. It's too much work.
No, and that doesn't make good design. But we are talking about it, and it's the first logo explanation Easter egg diagram I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I think we can thank who is that TikTok creator?
FedEx?
No. Who is that TikTok creator?
The TikTok,
Emily
Zuban?
No. She did the bad logos.
Those are
like
good.
Self-aware bad logos.
I like she did the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
it's just lines.
Yeah, that all-time logo.
That's good. That's good stuff.
At least. And
Emily Morgan.
Shout
out to Emily Morgan.
Yeah, shout out to Emily Morgan.
That was so much harder than it needed to be. Check her out on TikTok. She's doing some rebrands of sports teams. Now it seems like she's done like 1 million. She's out here.
Well, she found
TikToks.
her niche.
She has found a niche. All of her designs are just for fun. And look, she did the Giants here today. Let's see what she did to my football squad. Also, I think what's kind of cheesy, and this is just what's happening, is like the teams engage, because like all the teams have TikTok, and they're like, "What about us? What about us? Can you make one for us?" And that stop doing that.
Yeah, make us free content, please.
Yeah, make us free. Yeah. Promote us, please. Did you see the guy that actually got entered into the NBA draft from a legal loophole? Did you see this?
No.
There's a guy on TikTok. He's like a lawyer, and he basically like read through all the contracts and everything, and he was like, I can enter the NBA draft. I'm not going to get drafted, but like I can get like fill out all the paperwork and be officially like a part of the 2023 NBA draft class.
Wow.
And he went through all the work, and then because it became a bit of a viral thing on TikTok, teams were like, hey, we want to talk to you. And it's just some guy that like is a lawyer that has no basketball.
Good for him. I'm sure they'll close that loophole very quick.
Immediately.
Very quickly.
Yes, immediately. But yeah, no, he's getting like a lot of attention, and he's getting like, he has all these emails. That's like the NBA officially inviting him to the draft. And now he's taking it too far.
Oh, that's cool. My nephew tried to tell me this story this weekend.
Oh, really?
Did a poor job.
Oh, shout out to your nephew. Moving on, we got MSCHF is back. MSCHF, we haven't talked about them in a minute. They've been making sneakers and doing other things.
The boots.
They obviously are the company that made the big red boots. So, Kevin, you know how they made those boots extra big and they were funny?
Mm-hmm.
This idea, they make things extra small.
Okay, I'm
and
tracking.
Funny. They have unveiled a tiny Louis Vuitton handbag that is smaller than a grain of salt. It is a critique on luxury fashion, and it is the final word in bag miniaturization. If you remember, Vet Moose, what was it?
Jacquemus?
Jacquemus. Sorry, I got my Fashion brands mixed up. Jacquemus, our favorite brand, is known for making the very small handbag. They've sort of gotten famous for small handbags, and this bag is 657 micrometers high and 700 micrometers long. For those listening to the pod, it sort of sits very, very small on the tip of your pointer finger. That's how they show it. There are big handbags, there are normal handbags, and small handbags at MSCHF. Various brands at various times have dabbled in the extremes of each. Smaller than a grain of salt, the microscopic handbag is made via a stereolithographic process commonly used for making tiny mechanical biotech structures. It's a very small bag.
Very, very small bag.
That's it. And today, actually, I believe, which will be yesterday for you guys listening
tomorrow
to the show, which is tomorrow, Pharrell Williams has his very first show as men's creative director for Louis Vuitton.
Did you see his watch?
I did not see the watch.
It's very thin.
Thin watch.
Very thin, yeah.
What does that mean? Is it microscopic?
No, it's just like very thin.
Wow.
It looks kind of cool.
Does it look cool?
Yeah.
Interested there a little bit, but I'm sure it'll make a lot of noise. MSCHF said in one of their articles, or they were tagging Pharrell and stuff I saw, but it's not an official collaboration.
Oh,
they're
really?
sort of they said I don't think it is. I read in one of the articles that said Dan said he's like, we come from the school of like ask forgiveness, not for permission. And I think this is one of that.
Fucking right, Dan.
And shout out to Dan, legend. And I imagine Louis Vuitton is smart enough, savvy enough of a brand to probably not sue for this because it's only helping them.
Yeah.
But check it out. It's really cool looking. It's green. It's like neon green, and you can only see it in a microscope.
Yeah. I think this is. I love this idea.
Yeah.
It's a cute bag.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know where you'd put it. What you'd do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's cool. Like,
yeah. I think I was talking about this earlier in the studio. Oversized things, hilarious, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see an oversized Crayola crayon?
It's good.
Fucking sick.
Oversized Ticonderoga pencil.
Whoa. Yeah. No.
Also
sick.
Yeah.
So miniature things. Pretty cool. You ever see a miniature painting? You ever see those people that do like very small paintings?
Awesome.
Great. Yeah, it is gonna be it's gonna be sold online, and I have no idea how much it costs. But
surely it will not be cheap.
Surely it will not be cheap.
But like I don't know. I guess what do you do with it? Like it's not like you can really even like display it
or flex it. Not like the red boots. Like people are still wearing those things.
I know. They're all over courtside seats.
I was gonna say, how do they get some people to sit courtside wearing them? Do they just give them to them when they show up at the arena?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But it's probably just Diplo.
But it's just Diplo. Shout out to Mischief, because again they continue to come up with fun.
Yeah,
and crazy
this is
ideas.
a heater.
This is a good one. Yeah, this one's working for me. And the photos of it are very good. I think they do a good job of also like building the story around it, you know. And like, yeah, it's there. I don't know if what great statement it is, but sure, they have a story typically. A once functional object like a handbag becomes smaller and smaller. Its object statics become steadily more abstracted until it's purely a brand signifier, said the collective. Previous small leather handbags have still required a hand to carry them. They become dysfunctional inconveniences to the wearer, it continued. I don't know about all that.
I mean, I'm all for a critique on whatever you want to critique. So
sure.
That's sick.
Well, shout out to that.
I love critiquing things.
Dude, you do. So you would like art that critiques things.
I love art that critiques things.
Yeah, no. I want to see the Pharrell clothes. I want to see what Pharrell does. I'm interested gently. Pharrell, 50 years old. That's another thing I read about Pharrell.
Wow. Couldn't yet. He doesn't look a day over 23.
25, yeah. No.
25, whatever young age you want to say.
I read an article in the New York Times about Pharrell and his job. It's interesting. I mean, obviously he's what I find interesting about these fashion jobs is like it's an actual job. Like he moved to Paris and is like working out of the studio, working with the people that make the clothes. He's not just like, it's not something that you do and just kind of like fake it. Like he actually,
good for him,
was like Virgil, same thing, was like that was his actual job. It's not, these aren't like figurehead roles. Obviously you hire a celebrity knowing Pharrell is coming with obviously more than just taste.
He's got a skincare brand.
He's got a sick brand, but it's I'm interested. I don't know, I'm intrigued. I don't know if I want to dress like Pharrell. And we'll see what he has. Last story of the day, Kevin.
Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, let's do it really quickly. Right. Airheads. It has an idea called Shake Factory. Kevin, you've been eating Airheads the wrong way for 20 years?
Honestly, I haven't really been eating Airheads.
Yeah. So a TikTok influencer named Jordan Howlett shared food secrets with more than 20 million followers. I will say my TikTok feels like 70% food stuff. And maybe that's just like the algorithm and me just being a fat ass. Like I'm just watching people make steak sandwiches, making French onion dip, and making French onion soup sandwiches. Like it's just like it's so bad for my summer body.
Yeah.
And I have TikTok to blame for this. This is really their fault. So they have a TikTok following. This Jordan does, and he claims that if you shake Airheads, they will form into a very small pillow. In his opinion, tastes better. More than 12 million videos later, the Airhead sort of thing went viral. Airheads took notice, and they were surprised by the amount of arm strength that it takes to shake a taffy bar all the way into a pillow. So they came up with an idea, which was to open up a Shake Factory at Muscle Beach Gym in Venice, California, where they have bodybuilders shaking Airheads into delicious pillows for fans.
It's a sick idea. It really is cool. Like,
so here's the thing, Kevin. I have been doing this for as long as I've eaten Airheads.
Yeah, you told me this today, and I was shocked. I had no idea.
This is, in my opinion, a common way to eat Airheads. You can open it and chew on it, or you can do the fucking shake thing.
Where did you learn the shake thing?
I would imagine camp. Like sleepaway camp, maybe. I have no clue, really.
That sounds about right.
But it sounds like a camp thing where someone was like, it was like in a canteen, or someone was got it in a sort of package from their parents, and they just, you open up an Airhead and you're like, look at this fun trick. If you shake it like this, it goes from long to very, very short and chubby. This is what I learned at camp. I learned a lot of things at camp.
Yeah, in my experience, it's the opposite.
That's true. Exactly. So I think this is a fun idea. I imagine someone at Airheads was like, they've known about this for probably as long as they've been a company.
Yeah.
Airheads have been around a million fucking years. That's just like pure sugar garbage.
Oh, yeah.
What even is taffy? I guess it's taffy.
Yeah, it's sugar.
And I guess it tastes different in the fact that it's like it's something that's sugar that's like stretched out, or something that's like very tightly dense.
Yeah, and it's probably like a little warm too, right? No,
Why? Why would it be warm?
Because it's like moving. You're shaking it. There's like friction and
No,
movement.
you're just taking something and making it like you're condensing it.
I know, but it's
That's
like
all
it's
you're
moving.
doing.
I'm sure it's like slightly warmer.
I guess so. But so the fact is they lean into this idea and like they do the bodybuilders thing and they're gonna create an assembly line. Listen, I'm here for them doing this. I don't think the bodybuilder thing is that. I don't think it takes that much strength. I don't think you just need to just shake it for like 2 minutes.
I think it's gonna be really funny, and there's gonna be a lot of good content of these ripped dudes, like shaking these airheads.
Yeah, it makes it for a funny visual.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, and they're only doing this for one day.
Yeah,
which is also very sick. Like a good
2 to
template
7.
to follow. Like,
they're doing this today or the day of the podcast.
Yeah, so if you, we're really getting our days confused here.
Yeah, no, time.
I mean, if I lived within a reasonable distance,
you would go.
I would consider going. Yeah.
Event goers can participate in shake-off to see who can shake their bar into the smallest size in a minute.
Kind of cool.
A leaderboard will track the best shakers throughout the event. Okay, with prizes being given to those people. Though.
What's the prize? An airhead?
Probably airheads. Yeah. No. This is. Listen, let's give them credit. Let's give them this is what you got to do. This is what 2023 advertising and marketing looks like.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people at Cannes listening to the pod. I'm sure many of our listeners are there. We almost did this episode live from the beach in Cannes. Yeah, we thought about it, but maybe that's what we should do with the 100th episode. We should just get on flights tomorrow and head out to Cannes.
My passport's expired.
All the great minds of advertising are meeting to come up with brilliant ideas like this. The Airheads Shake Factory.
Yeah.
Where we do have a quote. Craig Kuchera, VP of Marketing at Perfetti Van Mel. Now we're talking follow the money. Who the fuck is Perfetti Van Mel? Kevin, I started following a TikToker. I'll send it to you. You're going to love it. They go to every aisle in the supermarket and they're like, who's making the money here? Mm-hmm. And they just like, they do the research on all the brands to see whose parent companies are connected to who. And of course, every aisle is connected to like 3 different companies. And they do the little bit of research. Perfetti Van Mel is a Dutch-Italian multinational company of confectionery and gum. What are the brands? What are the fucking brands? Mentos, Chupa Chups, Airheads. Whoa, they got some weird ones. Smint? What are these brands? Centerfruit. What the fuck is that? I didn't sign up for that.
Sue them.
Yeah, the big brands are Mentos and Chupa Chups, and also Airheads. So shout out to them. A very weird multinational company.
I love a multinational company.
No, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. Perfetti Van Mel. They have, guess how many employees, Kevin?
50?
18,000.
It's way off.
Yeah. Net sales 2022. What do you think they are?
$1 billion?
I don't know. 2 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, they are 67% candies, 33% chewing gum. They have 36 operating companies and over 150 million countries. Wow.
Good for them.
Well, they have a quote. It has been great to see so many Airhead fans get excited about this unique way to eat their bars. Whether you're known about the shake for years like me, or it's new news to you like you, it's hard to resist the urge to try it with your favorite bar. We realize that the shaking element takes time and effort, so we've rounded up a group of candy-loving bodybuilders to do the heavy lifting for you.
Amazing.
Wow. I mean, really a missed opportunity to talk about how Airheads bring people together and how Airheads are part of a nutritious sort of breakfast or whatever typically these CEOs try to cram into their statements. But Airheads, a totally fine snack. Haven't had one in decades. Better movie. Airheads. You ever see Airheads the movie?
Is that the
Brendan Fraser?
The roller Sandler? Is that the roller skating movie?
No, it's a band where 3 like a band.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Buscemi, Fraser, and Sandler.
And then Chris Farley's like the groupie or something.
Yeah,
he's like
and
a super fan.
They go into like a radio station, right? They like and they wound up like holding the show hostage, but they have like water pistols. So dumb. But 1994, Adam Sandler in his like prime.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, you bet your ass that next time I get an Airhead, I'm going to do this. So.
No, that's actually the thought that I just had. I was like, I haven't had an Airhead in a long time, but I remember this.
Well, there you go. Effective marketing.
Effective marketing. Go out there and buy Airheads. Kevin, that's the program.
Yep.
Thank you so much. See you later.
Great episode.
Peace.